Saxon's Trig, lesson 101, is about zero determinants, 3x3 determinants, determinant solutions for 3x3 systems, and then a brief little discussion about independent equations. So in part A, they remind you that if you have two equations, we'll do mx plus b and y equals negative mx minus b, whatever. Okay, so if you have two equations, you can either substitute or eliminate or change them over to their matrix, which was the numbers organized in what looked like the absolute value, but we know it's not because it's got multiple things in it. And then we learned that we would do the Florida to the Canada, combine those numbers together, and that would give us our determinant. So they're reminding you, oh, and we had a formula, x equals and y equals, and both of them had the absolute values on the bottom. So they're reminding you that if when you do your determinant, Florida to Canada, you get it equal to 0, you cannot have a solution. There is no substitution or elimination that you can do that's going to give you an answer if you have zeros in the denominator for either the x or the y, because that's not allowable. So now that they've reviewed that, they go into how do I deal with it when it's not two equations with two unknowns, but it's three equations with three unknowns. So now we add another z in here and it's three different equations. Well, we can do a determinant and organize that information. So we're going to have a pattern for the x, and then we're going to have a pattern for the y. And just like before, the denominator pattern will be the same. The numerator patterns will be different. And then after I go over the pattern, I will show you how you do a 3x3 in solving the Florida to Canada determinant part. But let me go ahead and give you the formula pieces. All right, so for the denominator, oh, and I guess I should up here, maybe I should give you the clarifying, so like where the three are coming from. So we're going to call this a sub 1 x plus b sub 1 y plus c sub 1 z equals k sub 1. Okay, and these are going to be my three equations, so I'm working on them. Then a sub 2 x plus b sub 2 y plus c sub 2 z equals k sub 2. And then you can guess by default, it's a sub 3x plus b sub 3y plus c sub 3z equals k sub 3. Okay, so now you know where these are coming from. So the denominators are just like it was for these. It is the x's, the y's, and then followed by the z's. So the x numbers were a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, b sub 1, b sub 2, b sub 3, c sub 1, c sub 2, c sub 3. Same thing over here for this one. C1, C2, C3. Okay, so now you have your denominators. For the numerators, we know that if we're solving for the x, we're not using the x numbers. And before, when we did that, it was the answers followed by the y's. Well, it does start the same. The answers are first, k sub 1, k sub 2, k sub 3. And then it is the b's, then c's. So it does follow the same order. So then b sub 1, b sub 2, b sub 3, c sub 1, c sub 2, c sub 3. For the y, oh, and I forgot there's a third one, the z pattern. And it has the same denominator. For the y's, we are not using the y numbers, and just like before, when we had only two, we did a's, then answers. So let me make sure I'm not making a mistake. Where's their y formula? Well, that's z's. Did they not show me it here with all of their lovely little letters? No. Okay, let me triple check it here in example 1. I do not want to give it to you wrong. Okay, so that should be x's, then It does. That's why I wanted to check it. All right, so this one is answers, Y's, Z's. This one is, oh, what did I just say? It's Y's. I'm skipping the Y's. It is X's, then answers, then Z's. Let me triple check that one more time. I was on the right page. 2, 1, and 3, X's, yes, then answers, yes, then the Z's. Yes, okay, I feel like I am giving you that pattern correctly. And now I do need to give you the Z pattern, which I almost forgot about. Same denominator, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Okay, now the Z, I won't use the Z's, and it will be, oh, I'm trying to find their pattern here for the Z. Okay, they used 2, 1, 3. So that's their X's. Then I think it's the Y's. Yes, the Y's. And then should be the answers. Yes, okay. So the Z one goes exactly in order. X's, then Y's, skipping the Z's, and then does the answers. Yes, okay. So that pattern would then be, oh, we didn't finish fill. Go back and fill this one in. Goodness gracious. A sub 1, A sub 2, A sub 3, K sub 1, K sub 2, K sub 3, and the Z's, C sub 1, C sub 2, C sub 3. So then here, A sub 1, 2, and 3, B sub 1, 2, and 3, and the answers, K, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now you have all of your patterns. Okay, let's learn how we deal with the 3 by 3. And they do, oh yeah, don't freak that in part B, they show you this massive long formula that shows all these A's and B's and K's and C's all multiplying together. You do not have to memorize that. We are going to do this a way in which I don't memorize the formula or have to look up a super long formula every single time. All right, so I'm gonna kind of combine then part B where they show you what you're doing with example 1, which is where they're actually finding the determinant for a 3 by 3 system. So in example 1, this is what they're giving you. 2x plus y plus 2z equals 7. X plus y minus z equals negative 2. And 3x minus y plus 2z equals 16. And they say, use Cramer's rule to solve for the x, the y, and the z. All right, so 4, since my denominator is going to be the same, let me just start with that one so that we know what the denominator for all 3 of these are going to be. So for the denominator, we are pulling 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, negative 1, 2, negative 1, 2. These are the original 3, the x's, the y's, and the z's pulled off. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take the first 2 and repeat them. So 2, 1, and 3, 1, 1, and negative 1. Now, the reason I want to do this is because when I do my Florida to Canada determinant, I need 3 numbers because I have a 3 by 3. So the only way to do that is to repeat the first 2 rows so that I can get things lining up in 2s. So I won't use the 2 and I won't use the 1 and the 1 because that's not 3 numbers to be multiplying. So heading this way, I'm going through 3, 1, and 2, and I'm heading to the Canada, so I want to be changing that sign. 3 times 1 is 3, times 2 is 6, so we're going to write that as negative 6. Then negative 1, and 2, also heading to Canada, so that's positive 1, times 2 is 2, change the sign to negative 2. And then the 2, 1, and 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, change that to negative 2. Now I need to do the opposites to the Florida. Again, this 3 is only one of them. That's only 2 numbers. So here is a set for the 3. And if you want to do little arrows to help you so you know which direction you're going, because the lines do start to get a little touch confusing, that's absolutely fine. So 2 times 1 is 2, times 2 is 4. We were not changing the sign because that's Florida. Then 1, -1, and 3, that's -1, -3. And then the last one, 2, 1, and -1. So 2 times 1 is 2, times -1 is -2. Don't change that sign because all those went to Florida. Now our numerator will then be -6 minus 2 is -8, -10, back up to -6, -9, -11. So my denominator should be -11 for my x's, y's, and z's. I might have room to do the x one here. That's what I was debating. I'll try it. I think I can do the x one here. So for the x pattern, we know that it is answers, then y's, then z's. So we are going to pull 7, -2, 16, followed by the y's, which are 1, 1, -1, and the z's, which are 2, -1, 2. And then as we did before, we repeat the first two, 7, -2, 16, 1, 1, and -1. So then heading upward, we have 16 times 1 is 16, times 2 is 32, change its sign. -1 times -1 is +1, times 7 is 7, change the sign. 2 times -2 is -4, change the sign to +4. Now going the other way, 7 times 2 is 14, don't change the sign. -16, don't change the sign. -4 changes to +4, don't change the sign. So -39 plus, I'm debating which way is easiest to do it, 18, I just put those two together, 20, 19, so 21, I hope, and then -16, 5 plus 4 is 9. I'm hoping that they tell me the top. Oh, no, they're telling me my top should be -33. I'm guessing it's something in my signs here. I guess I can check my numbers. 14, -16, 4, -32, -7, +4. Yeah, that was right. It's got to be something in the way I put these together. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 35, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Oh, wait a second. That was negative. There's where I derailed. Then going with another -16 would have made me bigger. Okay, so yeah, that should have given me -37 plus 4. Yes, -33. Okay, so for my x, it was -33 dividing by -11, so that's coming out x equals 3. And I would like to continue the video here, but I'm going to have to do it in another one.